Right, hello. I want to do a video. About trying to get the garden working. About a 5-year project. This is from the house. You can see some of the garden, but mainly it's the bit over the bank. It's the bit over the bank I want to do. So I'll walk down the garden and I'll walk down the garden and try and add videos sort of monthly as to what I'm doing. Right, so the garden's a bit under 3/4 of an acre, heavy clay, near the motorway, you don't hear it, we're in Gloucester. So if I just turn around, you'll see behind me the garden, conservatory. It's quite long. A lot of it's over a bank, and as I say, over to your right is the motorway. I've got 3 caravans in it. I've got my son's VW, a couple of sheds, first caravan. They're all, we tend to be clutterers, so we've got an awful lot of stuff, like a lot of people. Took down a row of conifers, which was definitely a good thing, opened it up. So this is the second caravan. Now that I've opened it up, I can see more. So this area here, I need to tidy up, probably remove the pond. I probably want a pond somewhere. My dad always liked ponds, so but I'm not quite sure where to put the pond. Perhaps I'll ask Stephen, he's the fisherman. So that's looking back at the house. It's a pile of wood, lots of piles of wood which would burn. I'm going to try and make things out of wood, but absolute novice. There's a shed. I think that's going to be green, but I'll coat it probably with some creosote type stuff. Need to redo the roof. Been doing a tiny bit of woodwork in that caravan, but that's a better one, and I make a lot of dust. This was a border I did last year, or the beginning of this year, which was really quite good with geums. Put a lot of daffs in around here, and in here, put leaves over. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Put an olive and a mulberry tree and peaches, various things I put in. So down here we've got big shed, needs tidying out, re-roofing, painting. Mark's old caravan, I think that's going to be my woodworking shed. And my other bit, that's Pat's pad, which my son Andrew made for me. That's just sort of keeping bits that probably don't need to be kept. Compost heaps. Walking a bit further down, there was standing water here, but we are on a hill. You may be able to hear the motorway. We're pretty close to the M5. So this is all stuff I chopped down. And trees, a lot of trees came down, but it's lightened it up a bit. Walking down to the bottom. Got a huge rose around here somewhere. Oops, that's a tree that's fallen there. Yes, this thing here is actually about an 18-foot rose, this one. Going up there, that's a rose, surprising. Whether it'll sprout at the top or the bottom, I'll be seen. This is the sort of second half of the garden, which is over the hedge. Whilst I was working, I just let it grow wild, keep burglars out. I managed to do my glasses in there somewhere, so a hunt for glasses. Plenty of scrubby trees. There was a lovely old willow tree that Mark had a tree house in, but Mark chopped that down. It's still sprouting from the base, but again it's getting a lot more light, but also quite a lot more noise. Houses over there, we've got neighbours there. That was a field, but no neighbours. And then along this sort of bit at the top, so a lot to do in the course of a year. Health isn't very good, so I have to take it slowly, do a bit a day, hour or 2 a day. Hedges still to be cut back. That's when I lost my glasses into the brambles. Hunted for them, but just couldn't find them. So that's another thing. That's an elderflower. The bark's a bit odd, but we'll see if it comes back. Trees, all the trees are planted. When we moved in 30 years ago, there wasn't anything more than just mud and a few little bits of grass. Conifers were a bad idea. Russian vine was a bad idea. Some of the conifers need to go, but they're a bit big. But my children helped me with chopping the trees. As I say, lots and lots of wood. This caravan here, Mark's one, that'll be my sort of workshop. I've now got electricity point again, which is really good, because like in second sleep, electricity is kind of important. So I've got electricity point there now. That should be just somewhere to have a cup of tea in the sunshine. I was thinking about the rain. This, as I say, this needs a bit of repair here, and I think eventually things climbing up it, probably from pots, yeah, because this is sort of the work with the pots. A lot of this, I think, is the grass. I'll make a bigger grasser area and then decide where to have borders later, but grass is okay. So done a bit of spiking of the grass, and that's it. But I want colour. Janine likes purpley colours, so lots of purpley colours. All that side needs coming down quite a bit. Conifers out, I think, and other trees, maybe more fruit trees. So that's my task for the next year, is hopefully in a year's time I will have had some better flowers, and maybe even grow a few veg, but I'm not quite sure where any veg would be. I think if I had vegetables, they'd probably be along where I've got the wood store, maybe. Yeah, maybe I could do, yeah, if I use up the wood. I think veg probably on that side. Probably, yeah. I've got a lot of little box cuttings that I've grown, so I might use those as edgings. Yeah. Herbs would be good, nice herb garden. A lot of it, the problem is clay, and it's difficult to drain. So we get standing water. It used to be like World War I, either baked hard or soggy and, you know, glutinous. But yes, at the bottom, this shed needs, this fence needs repainting, but there's standing water. That's water. That is water in there. Yep, heather. Nice. Camellia seems to do well here. Whether that's because they put a lot of peat in. I might try some more camellia. Roses do okay, but it's hard work things to get started. But yes, it's quite nice. All the autumn colour. Mid-November, as I say, off to Portugal. Do a few Portuguese pictures, and then back 1st of December. Right, okay, many thanks. Cheers then. Bye. 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 So this is a bit further down the garden. So I did that last year. That's a border with some GMs. There's a number of, there's a house, 1 caravan, 2 caravans, 3 caravans, a couple of sheds and a Volkswagen van there. That shed needs re-roofing. I'll do a thing on that. Lean-to, that's Pat's pad, lots of wood which I want to turn into furniture and garden furniture and bits and pieces. There's some firewood. It's my retirement project. So if we go down this way, it's a bit muddy walking down the garden. We've got plenty to do. That tree's growing rather odd shape. Just no drops. There we go. So this is the bit coming up to the bit I'm going to do. The motorway's over there, and just going to go. There's a fence. Whoops! I may well fall over. So all down to the fence. So this is the bit I want to do over the next 5 years to turn this into a garden. Whoops! Got to watch out for all kinds of obstructions. Oops. There's a lot of trees that are a bit tall. So lots of trees, some which overlie the road, so they need to come down. The other thing I managed to do a few months ago, it's January now, but this was back November time, October, I can't remember. Lost my glasses somewhere there. If I find those, would be. But so we've got the sun in eyes. But you see, it's pretty rough. A lot of stinging nettles, a lot of brambles, a lot of logs and trees. Some of the trees chopped down. And the glass there. Bit of glass. But anyway, yes. Lots to do. As I say, I'm going to have my 70th birthday soon, so it's a race against time to turn this into a nice garden. I want to try and keep reasonable amount of security, so I have some hedges. But there's quite a lot to do. As I say, re-roofing the shed is one thing. Lots and lots of wood. I've got a friend who's a builder who gives me bits of old fence panels, but lots and lots of rubbish to clear. It's quite a project. There's the shed, which is going to need re-roofing, and caravan. Do a bit of woodwork. Done a few cuttings. See how they come on. Grass this bit. I think that here, at the back of the caravan, sort of facing the house, I want to put a big wooden outside table and possibly turn that into a bigger pond. Try and have that as sort of grass going up the bank rather than ivy. Some bulbs for the spring, not this spring, but next one maybe. The grass, you can just about see I put Janine in the grass with the leaves. They've pretty much come out, but you can almost still read it. There's the N. Anyway, so as I say, I think I want to do roughly monthly videos. I think I'll try and do one of the family doing the re-roofing the shed, because it's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. But it's quite nice January. The main trouble is it's been very wet. Anyway, I think that's enough now, so I'll stop.